744 AM Tour NFL insiders predict Week 1's biggest upsets and fantasy flops and sleepers. Plus, when will the Patriots lose their first game? Which rookie running back will start this weekend? Which team will make a quarterback change first? What's your top upset pick for Week 1? Mike Clay, NFL writer, Chargers over Broncos. The Chargers are my pick to shock the country and win the AFC West this season, so you know I expect them to get off on the right foot with a win in Denver. The Broncos have a terrific defense, but their quarterback woes will continue to hold them back. Expect a more balanced Chargers team to pull off the upset. In a league where teams don't play every other club each season, the schedule can determine who makes the playoffs. Here are the hardest Eagles and easiest Patriots slates, along with the 30 in between. How has each team's starting lineup changed from 2016? Here's the visual breakdown for all 32 NFL teams heading into Week 1. Dan Graziano, national NFL writer, Chargers over Broncos. I like the Chargers as a bounce-back team, and I have some major questions about the Broncos, and why not get it started with a Monday night upset by Phil Rivers Co. in Denver. Casey Joyner, NFL writer, Chargers over Broncos. The Broncos overhauled their offensive line and have to face a Chargers squad that brings back 9 front 7 players who each tallied 250 or more snaps last season. That group ranked second in pass pressure rate. Points will be at a premium, but the Los Angeles defense will post enough to pull off the upset. Aaron Schatz, editor-in-chief of Football Outsiders, Chargers over Broncos. Originally I had Miami over Tampa Bay here, but that will have to be my Week 11 upset pick instead. I think this is the year the Broncos' defense declines and becomes just very good instead of legendary. The pass rush in particular is a bit of a question, with no DeMarcus Ware for the season, no Shane Ray for the first few weeks, and Shaq Barrett playing at less than 100% after labrum surgery. Von Miller will still do Von Miller things, but it won't be quite the same. Meanwhile, the Chargers haven't had a chance to get everyone injured yet, although don't fret, it's coming like it always does. Kevin Seifert, national NFL writer, Bears over Falcons. Yep, going there. I'm falling for all of the Falcons' hangover storylines. Relatedly, I think the Bears will be much more competent than conventional wisdom suggests. They have a decent chance to control the ball against the Falcons' defense and limit QB Matt Ryan's opportunities. The Chargers have a great pass rush, and the Broncos have questions along the offensive line. App photo Joe Mahoney. The Patriots will get their first loss in week Clay 2. I have the Patriots as the favorite in each of their 16 games, but my projection model shows the lowest win probability is 60% in Week 14 when they head into Pittsburgh. That's no fun, though, so I'll go with the second game of the season and make the bold prediction that the Saints will pull off an upset in the Superdome. Coach Sean Payton and QB Drew Brees will prove they can score big without WR Brandon Cooks and take this one in a 3,734 shootout. Graziano 10. And yeah, I know what I said about Denver in the first question, but QB Tom Brady doesn't love it there, and the Patriots have to lose at some point. Right, thought about giving them a loss to the Falcons or Chargers, but it's tough to pick against them at home. So let's say they get out of the gate 80 and then stumble in Denver. Even though I don't love the Broncos this season. Join 5. That Thursday night game at Tampa Bay has all the makings of a trap contest. The addition of W.R. Deshaun Jackson and T.O.J. Howard will give the Buccaneers the firepower to turn this matchup into a shootout that will give them at least a 50% chance of winning. Schatz 5. I think the most likely result for the Patriots would be to finish the season 142, with one surprise loss to an NFC South team and one road loss to another AFC contender. Since the Pats get Atlanta and Carolina at home, the trip to Tampa Bay in Week 5 is the most likely choice for surprise NFC South loss. Yes, I know I just wrote that the Bucs might be overrated, but we're talking about a short week for a Thursday game on the road, traveling from autumn New England to Florida humidity. Seifert 10. That game in Denver jumps out to me. Since the Bill Belichick-Tom Brady era began in 2001, the Broncos have won 7 of 10 games against the Patriots in Denver. The Broncos are in transition under a new coaching staff, but significant history is in place to make this a decent possibility. Who's your biggest fantasy flop this weekend? Clay Des Bryant, WR, Cowboys. Shadowed by Janoris Jenkins in 2 games last season, Bryant caught 2 passes for 18 yards and 0 scores on 14 targets in those games. That included one 10-yard catch on 9 targets against Jenkins. The Giants' top corner will chase Bryant around the perimeter Sunday night, so HES a candidate for a slow start to 2017. Graziano Pickapacka, you like that matchup against the Seattle defense, which just added Sheldon Richardson to its already awesome front? Yeah, me neither. Not saying you should be upset if you came out of your draft with Aaron Rodgers, Jordy Nelson or Ty Montgomery. You just might have to wear a rough week one on your way to the fantasy fun they will bring you this year. Joiner any Seattle running back. The Seahawks graded out as the worst defensive line in my off-season O-line rankings. They face a Packers defense that ranked 11th in my good blocking rate allowed metric in 2016. Add in the game being on the road and the potential for split carries, and it puts a low cap on any Seattle ball carrier. Shats Tyreek Hill, WRPRKR Chiefs. Bill Belichick has had months to figure out how to slow down this guy. You think Belichick is going to let Hill or Travis Kelce beat him, or do you think he'll try to force the Chiefs to beat to him with Chris Conley and Albert Wilson? I'm going with the latter. Seifert Ty Montgomery, RB, Packers. Since Pete Carroll arrived in Seattle in 2010, only one defense has given up fewer rushing yards than his Pittsburgh. I don't see Montgomery or the Packers having much success on the ground against this Seattle front. Dez Bryant has only 81 catches over the past 2 seasons. He has missed 10 total games. Matthew Emanzusa Today Sports. Which team will make a quarterback change first, and when? Clay Chicago. Consider that Jared Goff is the only quarterback selected in the top 12 over the past 5 years who was not the starter before week 3 of his rookie season. If recent history holds, at least 2 of Mitchell Trubisky, Deshaun Watson and Patrick Mahomes too will see the field early. Considering how well he played in the preseason, I expect Trubisky to receive the first promotion. Graziano Jacksonville. The Jaguars can't risk injury in a $19 million 2018 salary for Blake Bortles if they're not sure HES the long-term answer, and I don't see how they can be sure of that. Chad Henne will play at some point. Joiner the Jaguars face Houston, Tennessee, Pittsburgh and the Rams in 4 of their first 6 games. Blake Bortles could implode in all 4 of those tough matchups, but all it will take is one abysmal performance for Jacksonville to put an end to the Bortles era. Shats Houston. The Texans' schedule is somewhat front-loaded in weeks 25 at Bengals and Patriots, then Titans and Chiefs at home, so a slow start is a distinct possibility. There's no reason to believe Watson would be worse than Tom Savage, and the upside is so much greater. A Week 6 home game against Cleveland would be a pretty nice way to ease the rookie in with his first start. Seifert Jacksonville. The Jaguars foreshadowed their conclusion on Bortles' future this summer, practically begging Henne to take the job. He'll get another chance. The Dark Horses Houston coach Bill O'Brien has demonstrated a quick trigger before, and Watson figures to get to his shot eventually. Pick a fringe fantasy player who will shine this season. Clay Chester Rogers, WR, Colts. Who am digging deep here, but the former child actor has gone from auditioning for House of Pain to delivering pain to opposing defenses. An undrafted free agent last year, Rogers might start slow due to a hamstring injury and with Andrew Luck sidelined. But he is positioned for a big role in the high-scoring Indy offense, especially with Philip Dorsett out the door. Graziano Devante Parker, WR, Dolphins. The former first-round pick has fantasy game-winning talent and has changed so much about how he works out, eats, sleeps and lives his life that there's legitimate reason to believe a breakout is coming. Miami is high on Parker's chances this season. Steal him around earlier than his ADP average draft position and you'll be happy. Joiner Tevin Coleman, RB, Falcons. New offensive coordinator Steve Sarkisian calls a run-heavy offense, as his 2013 Washington Huskies team set program records for carries and rushing yards. Coleman will get more than enough work to easily best his mid-tier RB4 draft status. Shats Mark Ingram, RB, Saints. Sorry, I'm not counting on a 32-year-old Adrian Peterson to take away a ton of Ingram's carries all year long. Cipher at Mike Gilliley, RB, Patriots. Rest assured, fantasy owners, even as so many are backing off the hype of what once seemed a no-brainer, I still think he'll get a big portion of the Patriots' point opportunities. Hang in there, and we'll get through this together. Mark Ingram had his first career 1,000-yard season in 2016, but he'll have to split carries this season. Getty Images. Which rookie running back will have the biggest wow performance in Week 1? Clay Christian McCaffrey, RB, Panthers. The Carolina offense will face the easiest schedule in the league this season, and expect the fun to start in Week 1. McCaffrey will be busy right out of the gate against a 49ers defense loaded with prospects but not much proven talent. The electric rookie will push for 15 touches, 100 yards and a score in his debut. Graziano Dalvin Cook, RB, Vikings. Strong preseason, clear number 1 role, running against the Saints defense. I like the Vikings rookie to make a big splash en route to a possible Rookie of the Year campaign. Joyner got to go with McCaffrey as well. San Francisco's defense ranked 30th in my good blocking rate and good blocking yards per attempt allowed metrics last season. It will be hard-pressed to get much better out of the gate. McCaffrey might split carries with Jonathan Stewart, but when the matchup is this favorable there will be plenty to go around. Shats McCaffrey. Sorry to join in the broken record here, but FOS projections have McCaffrey as the top rookie in PPR leagues, and he has a sweet Week 1 matchup. Seifert McCaffrey. This one's too obvious to pick against. No one knows exactly how the Panthers will use him, but we know he's one of the most versatile weapons to arrive in the NFL for quite some time. The 49ers will be flying blind on this one.